Good morning. This is a look at your morning news now. Miami Beach officials are extending an 8 p.m. curfew in the area around South Beach. That emergency measure comes after days of unruly spring breakers, many of them not wearing masks. The curfew was widely defied Saturday night when authorities called in a SWAT team to help clear the crowds. And as more than a dozen states are seeing a rise in COVID cases, Americans are increasingly on the move. More than 1.4 million flyers went through U.S. airports on Friday, setting a pandemic record.
COVID-19 is a deadly disease, and the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine can prevent it.
The World Health Organization is giving the AstraZeneca vaccine a green light after recent concerns about blood clotting. Results from a U.S. study released this morning show the vaccine is 79% effective. The early findings are just one set of information AstraZeneca must submit to the FDA in order for the drug company to win emergency approval. AstraZeneca's vaccine has already been authorized in more than 50 countries worldwide. About 2 million more people in Wisconsin, well, they became eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine today. Last week, Governor Tony Evers announced the state would bump up the timeline a week early for those 16 and older with certain health conditions. Some of those include moderate to severe asthma, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, Down syndrome, and having a body mass index of 25 or higher.
We have some clouds around this morning. Most of us are dry. Could see a few sprinkles for that morning commute, but otherwise shouldn't be any issues, at least weather-wise. Later today for that evening commute, I do have a yellow light, mainly because we have a chance of a few showers. Not everybody's going to get wet, but you could encounter some of those wet roads. Better chance of rain heading into tomorrow.
Now is not the time to come. Do not come. The journey is dangerous.
The Homeland Security Secretary is warning migrants against entering the country, saying the border is closed, though an exception is being made for unaccompanied children. A number of unaccompanied minors in U.S. custody today has now swelled to more than 15,000. On Sunday, President Joe Biden told reporters the U.S. can do more, and he may visit the border soon to get a first-hand look at the conditions there. In his first visit as Pentagon Chief, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has returned from a secret trip to Afghanistan. While meeting with the country's president, Austin said the Biden administration wants to see a responsible end to America's longest war. U.S. troops have been in Afghanistan since 2001. In terms of a specific date for withdrawal, he could not give any further details. A Toma man in custody and facing attempted homicide charges after firing a gun inside a Wilton bar. According to police, 51-year-old Curtis Golette was involved in a minor incident inside the bar on Saturday. They say he went to his truck, got a gun, went back inside, and fired that gun at least 2 times before driving off. Police arrested him without incident after a brief chase down State Highway 131.
It's a sad day in North Bend.
The owners of a canoe rental business and restaurant in North Bend are sifting through what is left of their building following a devastating fire. The Melrose Fire Department responded to the Black Pearl Lounge in North Bend canoe rental Saturday afternoon. The department's chief says there was a burn barrel near the building. He suspects that high winds caused the fire from that burn barrel to spread, eventually taking over the building. There were no injuries, but the building is a total loss. Much of Wisconsin is under a bird ban today due to forecasts of low relative humidity, gusty winds, and above normal temperatures. The State Department of Natural Resources lists the fire danger as high or very high for 71 of the state's 72 counties. The weather conditions resulted in more than 30 wildfires statewide in just the last day. Most of those fires have been reported in northern and central Wisconsin. Back here at home, some of La Crosse's trails within the Gateway Trail system are reopening. Clares Climb, East and West Quarry, Tramway, War Eagle, and Wilder Way are all open again, but the 1901 and Compass North and South trails do remain closed. During this time of year, the ground is thawing, and that can leave trails wet and muddy and vulnerable to being damaged.
Well, temperatures are in the 40s for most of us this morning. Even a couple 50s still left on the map. 48 degrees in La Crosse and Sparta, 49 in Black River Falls. We do have some cooler air off to the west, though. That'll move in, so these temperatures will fall before we warm up again into the upper 50s to lower 60s. Now, we do have some clouds around this morning. Could see a few sprinkles, but we will see a slightly higher chance of showers this afternoon and into this evening. We'll continue to see mainly cloudy skies throughout the day. 61 for our high. Better chance of rain heading into tomorrow, especially later into the day, Tuesday night and Wednesday. Then we cool off and dry out for the end of the week.
Thanks so much for starting your Monday with us. CBS News This Morning is coming up right after the break. We'll have more news later on today.